Okay, we're ready to go.
Okay, so we're going to call the meeting to order. It's 7:01. Eric, would you like to do roll call?
Certainly will. Gimiani?
Here.
Cordray?
Here.
McNally?
Here.
Baker?
Here.
Atkins? Here.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is the meeting minutes. Commission, have you had a chance to review the minutes from the last meeting?
I have, and I move to approve as written.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a motion to approve the meeting minutes from June 17th, 2025 as presented, and it's been seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone dissent? Okay, the motion carries. There is communication. Eric, do you have more information on the August meeting?
Yeah, I will be out of town for the August meeting, so I don't have a replacement, so we can just skip August and then we'll jump right into September.
I thought we skip August with the new board
Skip August. Okay, old business. We're going to, actually, I missed the discussion on this zoning application. We had a motion to continue this application from June to July. I believe it was initially discussed at the May meeting, which I was absent from. So, are we ready to take action on that at this point?
We are. So we had submitted the notification to Franklin County Economic Development and Planning, and they did not hold a hearing and were unable to review it in time for our June meeting, so that's why we had to continue it in June until July. They have since reviewed that. They had no changes. In your packet that I handed out is the notification that they sent to us. They reviewed it, there were no changes, and they were good with what we submitted. And then also outlined changes that were going to be made, or the amendment requests, which were the sections I can read off if you'd like, which was 412.32, 415, 420.34, 435.32, 444.32, 716.21, 716.22, 716.02, 716.12, 716.42, and 805.1 and 815.04. And those are all of the Woodland Township zoning resolution. And if you recall, a lot of that dealt with public notification, that kind of stuff.
Commissioner, is there any additional discussion?
I don't think so. This was just clarification on the HB 315, right?
Yes.
Changes that were related to that.
Okay. So we can entertain a motion to approve, a motion to deny, or a motion to approve with changes. What say you? Anyone?
This is for hearing, correct?
Correct, this is here. One clarification, if the board's making, or I'm sorry, the commission's making a recommendation, so it would be a motion to recommend approval, denial, or approval of modification.
So I'm fine with recommending an approval of this based on the changes from HB 315.
Okay.
I'll second it just because I wanted.
So because there are some additional changes.
Are there? Okay.
Yeah, the revisions encompass the House Bill 315 changes. There are a few other cleanup items, And so, I would, if you wanted to approve, perhaps a motion to recommend approval of, case number 2025-01 as presented.
Okay, then I recommend approval. Case number, was that CZ 2025-01?
Yes.
As presented.
The second still stands.
We've already had
But I want
discussion.
to make sure I understand, that we're making a recommendation to.
The Board of Trustees.
We probably ought to, shouldn't that be in that?
It is, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of another.
We don't need it.
Yeah, the way this reads is, I move to recommend approval of the amendment proposed to the Blendon Township zoning resolution of zoning amendment case number CZ 2025-01.
If you want me to motion exactly as that, do you mind if I don't actually have the sheet, so. Okay, so I move to recommend approval of the amendment proposed to the Blendon Township zoning resolution in zoning amendment case number CZ 2025-01. And Mr. Gambiani?
Still second.
Okay, let's do a roll call vote.
Gambiani.
Aye.
Cordray.
Aye.
McNally.
Aye.
Baker.
Aye.
Atkins.
Aye.
In terms of next steps, Eric and I will discuss with the trustees. The trustees will basically follow the same process that you all did. They will have to set a hearing date, and they'll have to publish notice of the hearing, and then they'll hold a hearing, and Lord willing, if things don't rise, you'll have a new zoning amendment here shortly.
Okay.
Does that happen this year, you think?
Hopefully. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't have to go back to regional planning. That obviously was the timing of the regional planning meeting kind of impacted your timeline, but I suspect the board will just move through as quickly as they can.
Okay. So, the next, well, that was item, under new business, number 1. So number 2 is the meeting time. We've had, some discussion about potentially or possibly changing to an earlier time. 6:30 has been recommended, but also I've heard 6 o'clock. So what would you like to do? Personally, I'm fine with either.
That's how mine. Either 6 or 6:30.
I'm probably more comfortable with 6:30, but I can make either work.
I was gonna say 6, so I'm the only one, so.
Well, seeing as how I walked in right at 7, either will work, and I'll be here.
Sounds like 6:30 is the preferred timeline.
What time does the BZA meet typically? Does that true it up so it's 6:30 across the board? I'm pretty sure for Board of Trustees, zoning, and BZA. It would just be kind of nice to have that fluidity too, to be honest.
Okay, so 6:30 it is.
Prepared a motion, but I don't know that I handed it.
Oh, no, I don't have one.
Not. So this, in your packet, you have updated rules of procedure. That's where you set the meeting date, or the meeting time. And, I have updated that, and so this motion would just, it says, I move to adopt the updated rules of procedure as submitted this 15th day of July, 2025. If someone feels inspired to make a motion, I will hand you a draft of that. You're welcome.
Is there there anything else that we have to go through in this documentation?
I did have something that I noticed was missing from this.
Okay, that's the only thing before we motion, I just want to make sure that there's nothing else here that we would need to discuss.
Okay. It's actually having to do with number 4 on the new business item. I didn't see that it was, I guess my expectation that when George resigned, that our alternate would step on board and we would fill in the alternate position. And that, I don't believe that's in here.
So under Ohio law, when a vacancy occurs, it's the Board of Trustees that's responsible for filling the position. So that's why you don't see that in there. And what I would say in terms of, there's nothing in the law that dictates how that vacancy comes to be filled. My understanding in speaking with staff is that the trustees have basically posted the position and are taking like letters of intent, or, you know, if you want to throw your name in the, you know, throw your hat in the ring, they've kind of created that type of mechanism. So certainly if Tim wants his name to be thrown in the ring, then he can absolutely submit it. But that's why that information or that process is not outlined in the
That's
rules.
unfortunate, because somebody coming in cold, we don't have the continuity that we would if our alternate who comes to every meeting, and, you know, other alternates had been on the commission before as well. And I guess we just always kind of just moved them in, but we never really had these in place before. So that's just my opinion, but I understand that the trustees want to own that.
The posting did go up, the deadline was the 11th, and we did not receive any inquiry. We saw that it was shared, but we did not receive any inquiry. So what we will be doing is we'll repost it again, and then if you're interested, if you were one of them, then you just put that in there, and then we'll present that to you.
Every township is different. You know, there are some places where there's, I call it a line of succession and that type of thing. There are some places that, again, every time there's an open position, they just open it up. I've had some alternates be offered a full-time position, and they're like, look, I can't make that commitment to be here at every meeting and that type of thing. They like being alternate, so it just depends. But again, the trustees that's kind of the process they've outlined, and so obviously if you're interested in that position, there's a mechanism to throw his name in the ring.
Okay, so then I guess the rules of procedure are updated as they need to be, because under section 2, place of meetings, the time has already been updated, if you note.
I don't understand, section 3 says that the meetings of the commission shall be held on the first Monday and third Tuesday of every month. Am I missing a meeting and didn't know about it?
Well,
Because I'm not showing up on Mondays.
you're right, it does say that. No, we just meet once a month.
Give me a second. And these were adopted, I thought I had enough copies, and apparently not. First Monday and third Tuesday. I know these were adopted probably last spring or so. Obviously, you folks have not had meetings twice a year, or twice a month.
No.
And so I think that's a fair item to update, if you don't have enough business to do this twice a month.
I had the old minutes, it said, unless otherwise postponed or canceled, regular meetings of the commission shall be held on the third Tuesday of every month. If not, a legal holiday. That's what I have in the prior meeting to the update, but, So I guess we could just cross out.
First Monday
Third
and,
Tuesday. So regular meetings of the commission shall be held on
the third Tuesday.
third Tuesday of every month. And we'll just cross that out, the first Monday and. Does that read right?
Yeah, just take first Monday and out, I think.
Yep, yep. I'll cross that out and we can,
Yep.
So section 2 updated, section 3, we'll make those revisions.
Okay,
And once those are done, I will send this out electronically to everybody as well.
okay, thank you.
My fault, we didn't have it beforehand.
Hi, John. Good eye.
Kind of jumped off.
It's the glasses, they helped out.
Hell, I couldn't read that.
Okay.
So the only remaining item is, I brought to Eric's attention, that since we didn't meet early in the year,
We have to go back to the meeting times, we need to do the motion to say we.
oh, meeting, okay.
Unless whatever your discussion point is might need to be updated in the document.
Probably not.
Okay, then, I, before moving on to the next item of business,
I forgot.
I move to adopt the updated rules of procedure as submitted this 15th of July, 2025.
I'll second.
Any discussion on the motion? Should I say this?
Oh, hearing none, we'll have a roll call vote.
Gambiani.
Aye.
Cordray.
Aye.
Aye. Baker.
Aye.
Atkins.
Aye.
Very good, motion carries. So now we'll go to number 3 under new business. Like I said, I was emailing Eric, and it occurred to me that since we hadn't met until May, we did not have our annual election of chairperson and vice chair. Right. So we can do that now. And we can entertain any nominations from the floor.
Well, I'd like to nominate Tim for vice chair.
I don't know how that would work, to be completely honest with you. I am, if you table this and we go off of applications and mine is accepted, then that, I would be perfectly happy to accept that. I'm not sure how that works with.
Let's look at the rules.
in general, an alternate does not serve as because in the vice chair's role, the vice chair serves as chair when the chair is not there. And as an alternate currently, there could be a situation where you are not sitting on the zoning commission, and if the chair is not present, you would not be serving as a member on the commission and in terms be able to chair the meeting, if that makes sense. So I hear what you're
Right,
saying
no,
is like
I
tabling
totally agree.
yeah.
It is a weird situation that we only have 5 representing individuals.
Yeah.
If there were more, it would make perfect sense. Obviously, somebody's going to be sitting
Yeah.
at this stage.
But the rules in section 3, election of officers, says that the regular meeting held during the month of January in each calendar year, officers shall be nominated for election. The person receiving the greatest number of votes being deemed so elected. Each shall hold the status of such an officer at the pleasure of the commission. It doesn't say it has to be a full member, it says a person.
Well, in section 2, it does say that the officers shall be elected from among its members and shall be a chairperson and one vice chairperson. Again, from a procedural standpoint, it just, there could be a scenario where if Tim was appointed as vice chair, and I'm saying Carolyn, assuming Carolyn is chair in this scenario as well, if Carolyn was not present, and if again, if you have a full board, and if Tim were to remain the alternate. And here's another scenario, so that way it would be crystal clear. While the documents do say and anticipate that the chair and vice chair are elected during your first meeting, or your meeting in January, it also says that the people who are chair and vice chair will serve until their successors are duly elected. And so while you didn't elect your chair and vice chair at your first meeting, there's nothing, it's a procedural item, it's not a legal issue. If you wanted to wait until, again, if the will of the zoning commission, if you really like for Kim to be the vice chair, then you certainly can wait on that.
Well,
Don't
do
look at
you
me,
other three have
There's some
any
caveats,
designs
so.
on chair or vice chair?
I do not.
I just see you as a chair, I just see Tony or Tim as the vice chair.
Okay. Well, I think it would be nice to have a full board, so, we can wait. The trustees meet tomorrow.
They would need to reopen application, but I'm fine going there to fill that out, to get it into Air's hands, so it's there. Yeah. And then we would just revisit it in September, and then in January.
Right, no August, so September. Yeah.
Nice calendar quarter.
I know, it's
Can we vote?
whatever
So-
works for you guys, so
Can we vote
that's.
for the chair tonight? Can we vote?
And then just put a pin in the vice.
Yeah, I'll accept your nomination and, fine with me.
I think I need a second, so that's my role this
I
evening.
was gonna say, you're the second guy.
Okay,
Oh, I recall that last night.
all right, so, I think we've had our discussion, we'll have a roll call vote.
Mark and Gimiani for Carolyn for chair, and then Table and Barbie.
Roll call.
Okay. Gimiani,
Aye.
Fordrick,
Abstain.
Mauer. Aye. Baker.
Aye.
Atkins.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, and then we'll, handle the vice chair at the, September meeting. Anything else? Hearing nothing, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Not the second.
There you go. Jump right ahead of it this time.
Second it.
Okay, all in favor? Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.